Group 1. He finished a season best 14th in Las Vegas last week.
These cars have been qualifying well. His long run speed was good. Gets this thing started up front.
Started 10th here last year.
He'll be just fine. Got from the gas, got squirted to the center a little bit, had to lift back out of it on exit, giving some speed on the exit too.
You see that time kind of look confused right down the back straightaway. There's a huge bump in the middle of the back straightaway where the tires almost, well, they kind of do come off the ground, but the RPM will go up, so it kind of tricks the time into thinking that it's going faster than it does.
And
with how he runs the wall and the things that he does, this is going to be close.
second by 15 thousandths of a second. Noah Crickson hangs on. Ricky Stenhouse will be next. Another new paint scheme, new sponsor for Hayek Motorsports. This is the Better March Madness Chevrolet. Better picks, a new way to enjoy fantasy sports. Stenhouse started 5th here last October.
It's pretty interesting looking at these practice sheets of, you've got some guys that ran their fast lap on lap 1, some guys on lap 2, some guys on lap 3. And to me, that allows some of the different guys that ran their fast lap on lap 2 or 3 to pick up more speed in qualifying because they didn't get it all on lap 1 in practice.
14th for Stenhouse. Next, he won this race last year from the pole with a last lap pass of Ryan Blaney, and won the Dakota earlier this year. Here's the Georgia brand Toyota for 23:11.
I like his up-to-speed lap there, Mike, right up against the wall. We've seen Tyler pick up a ton of time as he's going through, and you see he's already ahead of Noah before he even gets to the corner. He's going to lose all that time, but his getting to the green line and throttle and everything that he did was definitely faster than what Noah did. This is where it gets interesting. Do you have enough time and space to make up that distance back to the start-finish line? Not today.
Keselowski started 10th in 13 of the last 14 races here. This is the Nexley Ford. That's a non-statin cholesterol medication.
Well, he needs to qualify better. That's kind of been the Achilles heel of what they've been doing this year. And it's got him into some trouble a couple races, getting into accidents, and that qualifying goes a long ways to making your day better, but it also gives you a chance to score points, and they haven't done much of that.
That thing was loose getting into the corners. Actually turned right.
Keselowski 19th.
His hair, you never grew your hair out like that. I've seen some.
I think I did once. It was terrible. Didn't work.
Michael McDowell won his 7th Cup pole last week in Las Vegas. His best start here so far is 6th. He's in the Delaware Life Chevrolet.
Did you ever grow your hair out?
My hair doesn't grow very much anymore, so
That was terrible.
sorry. You're like my 12-year-old. At least I have hair. Don't even start.
He better not be making that joke very long. It's coming. It's in his DNA. He's in trouble. Keelan, it's inevitable.
15th for McDowell so far. Joey Logano in the Shell Pennzoil Ford started top 10 in 4 of the 5 races this year, including twice on the front row. But he's still looking for his first top 10 finish. This is the longest our defending Cup champion has gone into the season without a top 10. But he did win the race here in Miami, Homestead, in 2018 to win the championship. And he does have a pole here.
It's time. It surprises me, it would surprise me if you said top 5, right? I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. Top 10? Not even a top 10 yet.
But a lot of laps.
They have led a ton of laps, and usually qualifying puts them in a position, but his car was way down the charts, and that's going to put him in traffic. No front row start for Joey this week.
26th. He's finished top 10 in his last 3 Miami races. and has a vestigial hero of fifth. This is the Action Industries Chevrolet. They make products for garage doors and access points.
These guys were in the mix all week last week for in the top 10. Vegas, another good track for AJ, and it's very interesting to me to see AJ's got these. He's got these very distinct good tracks, and this is definitely one of them.
Well, look at the exit of turn 2. It's been about as close as I've seen anybody to Grayson.
Fastest Chevy right now is Hocevar in eighth.
Yeah, you're right about last weekend. He was in the top 10 running strong all day long.
It's coming on.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Great exit.
Not a great exit. No.
Sixth.
He was all over track to be a little bit bigger.
Chris Buescher. Now let's take a look at that exit again.
Seeing him coming across the racetrack and the angle was not good. Had to pull on the wheel, keep it out of the fence, got loose on him. Did a good job of not losing a ton of speed though.
So here's Chris Buescher in the Kroger Farm Rich Mozzarella Sticks Ford. Has 9 starts at Miami. It has started 8th here
I'm
in
gonna
2022.
let you call that one 3 wide, crazy finish in the farm. What was it?
Farm Rich Mozzarella Sticks.
Faster.
You'll like those.
That's gonna be a tough one, Kevin. I'm ready for it.
7th for Buescher. We have next with those 3 checkered flags on the roof of his Ream Heating and Cooling Toyota.
Wasn't exactly happy with the long run speed of his race car. You know they made some adjustments here. You know he's going to make some adjustments in that car, just like I'm talking about, like I'm seeing on the exit of 2 here, Kevin. The only one that's better than Gregson off the exit of 2. Here we go.
He was fairly confident in his car and the things that he was very excited about going into qualifying, being able to try to mix this up and figure out where he needed to go on the racetrack.
Was disciplined getting in, easy in, hard off.
Not going to do it.
Dodge another one, Gregson.
Wow. Noah did a really good job through 1 and 2, but we saw Christopher Bell beat him off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. It's just that turn 3, where to go on the racetrack to be able to get that speed that Noah did. But I think that every car that goes out, it gets a little bit warmer and a little bit warmer. So the thing that you don't want to see right now if you're Noah is the cloud into the racetrack. And we see the back straightaway a little bit shaded going into turn 3.
Just need to build a little suspense in here.
All right, Chase Elliott, runner-up at Miami in 2020. He has started top 10 in 3 of the last 5 here. This is the UniFirst Uniforms Chevrolet.
It surprised me here. This car was extremely fast in practice.
Got to the green really good, just didn't fire it in there like the 4 of Noah Gregson did.
Well, the green left the building. We are in the red, Kev.
Fastest Chevy so far is Allmendinger in 6th.
We need to lock down here.
See the back slip out from Chase Elliott's car right there. Making up some time on the exit, but he just gave up so much. It turns 1 and 2.
Kyle Larson leads all drivers in laps led. And Miami has 1 win here in 2022. Started outside front row last year. It's the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet doing triple duty. Won the truck race last night. They'll run this afternoon in Xfinity. Where will he start in the Cup race Sunday?
I don't think a car that comes off the turn 2, not over the top of Gregson and that ghost car, is going to go with him. I think there's a little bit on the table in 3 and 4, but you're going to have to be a lot closer than that in 1 and 2. He went all the way to the boards. Look at this.
Oh,
He's in the boards.
That's the fence.
That's gonna. He stayed in the gas though. He actually drove back to him.
Does that
in the wall?
surprise you?
never lifted.
Imagine that. That's in the wall, never lifted.
10th for Larson. Here's a look at it.
Hey, you just
Yep.
lay your foot in, buddy.
Rebounded and came off the wall. Pretty nice.
Ryan Preece up next for RFK. Matched his Cup best finish of 3rd last week in Vegas in the BuildSubmarines.com Ford.
Got loose getting into the corner, just like his teammate Brad Keselowski.
Lost all the time on turn 1 entry. I always thought turn 1 entry was one of those corners where you didn't want to dump the throttle for that exact reason. Kind of a slow rollout.
And because of his looseness getting into 1, he was a little bit more cautious getting into 3, lost a little bit more time. What you'd expect when that thing comes out from underneath you that fast, too. He was in trouble from the word go, turn one.
Well, Daniel Suarez in the Freeway Insurance Chevrolet finished a season best second last week in Vegas after starting 23rd. Won here in 2016 in Xfinity to clinch the championship.
That accident too, got back to the throttle pretty good and early. Was in that second group, middle group, and wanted to.
And I really think that going out earlier helped Noah. I think as this sun has gotten baked on this racetrack and sits here longer and longer, I think that early.
I think he just did a good job.
I think he did a great job, and he had conditions that were definitely leaning in his favor.
Look outside right now. Speaking of conditions, turn two is in the shade, just like you were talking about.
So Suarez 28, here's his teammate Ross Chastain. 6 Miami starts with a best finish of second 3 years ago in the Kubota tractor Chevrolet.
He got to the green really good, fired that thing off into turn one, and just wasn't able to put the throttle down on the exit.
You can still see that ghost car in front of him, though. Lost a lot of time down the back stretch, slow to the throttle. Going to continue to lose more speed. I had high hopes.
'21st for Ross. Austin Cindric next in the Menards Duracell 4. Started top 3 in 3 of this year's 5 races. Finished a season best 6th last week on the mile and a half in Vegas.
So you see Austin as he's making his qualifying lap. You see this piece right here, Clint. That's actually a visor. And the way that the sun gets at this racetrack, it allows you to pull that up and down to be able to block that sun with being able to pull it up and down to shade your eyes a little bit.
I don't need to see a visor and see his exit speed off the 2 that he had with Gregson. Gave up a little bit of speed here, but see him driving back to him a little bit. Not quite going to get the job done, but that's a good start for Austin Cindric.
3 Fords, 2 Toyotas in the top 5 right now. Let's see what Alex Bowman can do with that. He started a season best 6th at Vegas last week. He's finished top 10 in 4 of the 5 races this year. This is the Unrivaled League Chevrolet, a women's professional 3-on-3 basketball league that airs on TNT.
Looky.
It's coming.
First one I've seen, folks. Not only beat him, drummed him through 1 or 2. Don't slip up, no mistakes. Right on that scene, Kevin.
He's got it.
Sure does. Got that car rotated back to the gas, both ends of the track. Bowman, Alex.
To look to surface temperature to go down when those clouds come in.
Let's see if winning has anything to do with some confidence.
So Bowman the showman, the only Chevy in the top 7, top of the board. Here's the Dex Imaging Ford for last week's Las Vegas winner, Josh Berry. And Regan, what's happened with the temperature as well as the clouds?
Well, Mike, you guys are just mentioning the clouds, right? And I can tell you down here on the pit road, it felt like 10 degrees immediately when those clouds rolled over. It was quick. I was standing with Chase Briscoe, and we both looked at each other like, wow, it's cooled off.
Well, I think that's exactly what happened with Noah Gregson. Look at the time gained right here with Barry as well.
Whoa.
He wasn't even in the picture and got through 3 and 4. Way better. That entry of 3 is not under shake completely. Watch out. Let's see what Willie B can do. The last one.
So Josh Berry is second. Here's the Valvoline Chevrolet from Hendrick Motorsports for your Daytona 500 winner, William Byron.
A lot of shade out here. A lot of grip, Kevin.
He's definitely got a shot as he
He's going to go for it.
goes
Big.
into turn 1 right here.
Discipline getting into the corner. Easy in, hard off. Watch his exit speed. Watch the little ground on the exit down the back chute. It's all going to come down to 3 and 4. Here we go.
183 into the corner.
Stayed high. Can he get it turned back down the hill? No, can't do.
And Byron is fifth. It'll be a Chevy Ford front row.